Imagine this. It's cold, the kind of cold that makes you want to put on every pair of socks you own. The air is so crisp it feels like you could snap it in half. Everything is white, snow, ice, and a pale, chilly blue sky. It's so quiet you can hear your own heartbeat. Suddenly, a low, deep rumble breaks the silence. Not a friendly sound. Something is off. Standing on a vast sheet of ice, looking very lost, is a hippopotamus. Yes, a hippo. Far from its warm, muddy river in Africa, and it is not happy. The hippo grunts, its breath steaming in the freezing air. The ice groans under its massive weight. This is not the soft mud it's used to. This is hard, slippery, and cold. The hippo blinks, confused, missing its river in the sun. But it's not alone. On a snowy ridge, two dark eyes watch. A polar bear, the true king of this icy world, is studying the strange visitor. Anything new in the Arctic is either a threat or a potential meal. The stage is set for a truly epic and very chilly showdown. Two kings, one frozen arena. From his snowy perch, the polar bear watched. His name was Nanook, master of the frozen world. He was a giant, his fur blending perfectly with the snow and ice. Built for the cold, every part of him was designed to survive here. Nanook had never seen anything like the creature below, enormous, gray, and out of place. Was it dangerous? It was certainly big, but it looked clumsy on the ice. Could it be food? A meal that size could feed him for weeks. He lowered himself into the snow, eyes and nose barely visible. This was the art of the hunt: patience, observation, understanding. He watched the hippo shift, heard the ice creak, saw the steam puff from its nostrils. The creature was distressed, a sign of weakness. In the Arctic, weakness is an invitation. Nanook was king here, and this gray mountain was an intruder. The question wasn't if he would approach, but how. The silent white world held its breath, waiting for the king to make his move. The hunt was on. Down on the ice, the hippo, let's call him Bubba, was miserable. In Africa, Bubba was king of the river. Crocodiles and lions gave him space. Here, everything was wrong. The ground was hard, the air hurt to breathe, and there was no water. His thick skin, perfect for the sun, was cracking in the cold. He needed water, desperately. Bubba let out a huge yawn, showing off his terrifying teeth, a warning to the world. He took a few clumsy steps, slipping on the ice. All his power felt useless here. He scanned the horizon for threats. Then he saw it, a flicker of white on the ridge. A massive polar bear, almost as big as him, but leaner and taller. Bubba had never seen a bear like this, but he recognized a predator. The way it watched him, silent, focused, meant only one thing: a challenger. Here, in this frozen wasteland, the River King was about to be tested by the King of the Ice. Two worlds, two rulers, one showdown. Bubba squared up, ready for whatever came next. The ice creaked beneath him, echoing the tension in the air. He missed his river, but he would not back down. The battle lines were drawn. Let's break it down, tail of the tape style. In one corner, Bubba the hippo. Up to 8,000 pounds, pure muscle, surprisingly fast, and a mouth that opens 180 degrees with tusks like daggers. His bite force? 1,800 psi, enough to crush a crocodile. In the other corner, Nanook the polar bear, 1,500 pounds, the world's largest land predator, pure muscle, legendary strength. He can drag a 1,000-pound seal, has claws like ice picks, and a powerful bite. His greatest weapons: intelligence, patience, and home field advantage. So, who wins? The raw power of the hippo, or the strategic strength of the polar bear? It's brawn versus brawn, with claws. The crowd, if there were one, would be on the edge of their seats. The tension is electric. Let the battle begin. Nanook made the first move, not a charge, but a slow, silent descent from the ridge. He circled, testing, observing, his eyes never leaving Bubba. Bubba's grumpiness turned to rage. He hated being circled. He let out a deafening roar, echoing across the tundra, a blast of African fury. He opened his mouth wide, displaying his arsenal of teeth, a clear warning. He tried to pivot, but his feet slipped, fueling his frustration. Nanook didn't flinch. He'd seen danger before, but he took note of that mouth. He continued circling, nose twitching, gathering information. The hippo was powerful, but out of his element, a fish out of water. The tension was thick, the air electric. What would you do? Attack or wait? This was a chess match between two kings from different worlds. The bear played with patience and strategy. The hippo was a ticking time bomb of aggression. The first clash was coming. The ice seemed to hold its breath. The dance of ice and fury had begun. Bubba couldn't wait any longer. With a roar, he charged, slipping and sliding, but terrifying all the same. The ice groaned under his weight. Nanook was ready. He sidestepped with agility, letting Bubba's momentum carry him past. As Bubba slid by, Nanook lunged, swiping with his massive paw. Claws raked Bubba's flank, leaving bloody gashes. Bubba roared in pain and fury, blood freezing in the air. The sight of his own blood sent him into a rage. Nanook backed away, tasting the air, smelling blood. He'd learned. The hippo was slow to turn, vulnerable on the flanks, but tough. This would be a hard fight. The first round was over. Score 1 for the polar bear, but the fight was far from finished. Both giants circled, battered but unbroken. The ice was stained red, the air thick with tension. Each waited for the other to make the next move. The battle was just heating up. Two titans, one frozen arena. Who would fall first? Bubba was learning. Charging was a mistake. The ice was as much an enemy as the bear. He planted his feet, becoming an unmovable fortress. His mouth always faced the bear. No more flank attacks. Nanook noticed the change. The hippo was waiting, daring him to come closer. It was a stalemate. Neither could break the deadlock. Nanook feinted left, darted right, trying to draw Bubba out. He lunged, swiping for the face, a risky move. Bubba was ready. He lunged with his head, mouth open. Nanook's paw ended up inside the hippo's mouth. With a sound like a tree snapping, Bubba's jaws clamped shut. The tide had turned. The bear's weapon was now a weakness. Bubba held on, using his strength to control the fight. Nanook thrashed, but the hippo's grip was unbreakable. The ice echoed with the sounds of struggle. The balance of power had shifted. The River King was taking control. The showdown reached its peak. A scream of agony ripped through the Arctic air. Nanook thrashed, but Bubba's bite was unbreakable. The bear's paw was crushed, useless. Panic set in. Nanook the king was now prey. Bubba shook his head, flinging the bear like a rag doll. Nanook crashed onto the ice, desperate, attacking with his remaining limbs, but Bubba's skin was too thick. With a final heave, Bubba slammed the bear down and released his bite. Nanook scrambled away, dragging his mangled leg, bleeding heavily. He was crippled. A predator that cannot hunt is already dead. Bubba stood over his defeated foe, chest heaving. He was cold, bleeding, exhausted, but victorious. One final, triumphant roar honk echoed across the tundra. Even here, in this alien world, he was still a king. The great white bear had been broken by the River King from Africa. The ice was silent once more. The battle was over. In this epic showdown, the hippo is the winner. The polar bear had strategy and home advantage, but the hippo's raw power and devastating bite turned the tide. But does this mean the hippo is always tougher? Not so fast. The environment is everything. On the ice, the hippo won. In the water, the bear might have the edge. In Africa's rivers, the hippo would dominate. In the Arctic's broken ice, the bear could use its swimming skills. Every animal is a champion in its own world. Take them out of that world, and everything changes. But it's fun to imagine these epic face-offs. It makes you appreciate the diversity and power of the animal kingdom. So, who did you root for? Team Hippo or Team Polar Bear? What animal battle should we imagine next? Gorilla versus grizzly? Shark versus crocodile? The possibilities are endless. Until next time, keep imagining.